Welcome back to the channel here on FC26, where today we are starting a brand new series, and this is not just any normal career mode series. This is a different career mode series as well. This is Build a Dynasty save, where we are going to try and take over Wolves where they are at current in real life standings, and take them over and have a 10 season period maximum to build a dynasty here on FC26. Now, I did say I was going to do another season of the 4 save. I decided against that, in all honesty, because Champions League is Champions League, and that's about the only reason I was actually doing the 4 save, was to win that. We won it, so there's that. So we are out here where Wolves are in real life, where they have not won a single game. This is after the 11th game, after they lost to Chelsea 3-1. They are managerless. They are about to appoint the old Luton Town manager, the current, I forgot where he's at right now, but Rob Edwards. He's apparently going to be appointed at Wolves any day now, if he hasn't already by the time this video comes out, which is going to be tomorrow. She probably has, to be honest. Yeah, we sit on 2 points. So the mission for the first season is to obviously survive relegation and start building a foundation. But after that, we're going to have technically 9 seasons to try and build a dynasty. Now, what is going to inquire of that dynasty? Give me 1 second. Now, on your screen now, you can see this little graphic I made up of what the dynasty outline is going to be and what we have to do to be able to complete it and to be able to consider it a dynasty for this Wolves team here. So the domestic dominance, we want to have over 3 Premier League titles. We want to aim for at least 1 back-to-back titles once during this dynasty run. So we want to win it at least back-to-back once. And then ideally, we want to maintain an average of top 2 finishes for 4+ seasons in a row, or just 4+ seasons as well. So we want to be competing for the title. We want to be Arsenal, essentially. Well, Arsenal has been a recent time where obviously they finished second 3 years in a row, but they are now sitting first in the league and looking to win the league and hopefully winning the league. But I'm not saying Arsenal is a dynasty, but they're competing at the top of the table for 4 years on a run now. European supremacy, we want to win the Champions League once, or win the Europa League twice, or win the Europa Conference League 4 times. That is going to be the equivalent of winning the Champions League once. It's 2 Europa Leagues, or 4 Conference Leagues, or even 4 Europa Leagues. Then we can sure count it as 2 Champions League. Total trophy haul, we want to have collected total of 6 major trophies, domestic and continental combined. So the domestic is obviously the Premier League, the FA Cup, and the Carabao Cup. The Community Shield does not matter and will not count, if anything. And then obviously we have the European competitions, the Europa League, the Champions League, and the Europa Conference League. I will have a graphic on there at some point, either not this episode or the next episode, but surely on Monday I will have a graphic kind of tracking where we are at. This season, this first season, we can compete in the FA Cup. We can attempt to compete in the FA Cup, and that's what we will do. That's something that we will do. Now, academy and development, we want to have at least 3+ youth academy graduates become first team regulars. We want to have them playing on a regular basis. So any youth academy player that comes promoted into the squad and doesn't get loaned out, or we are going to have to require them to at least play 10 games, whether it be a sub or starting, throughout the entire season. If they don't do that, we get hit with a fine and something that we can't do. And then 2+ academy players earn international caps, obviously England or abroad. We're not just going to keep it to England. Obviously, Wolves have a historically Portuguese background of players, and what the owners want is Portuguese players, essentially. So that's something that we're going to obviously look to do. Now, I'm going to have to keep track on that notifications of when our players go on international duty to make sure that we have some youth players go on there. We got to build up the youth players, obviously. And then we obviously want to have a consistent youth promotion system, where we are promoting 1 to 3 players per season to be a part of the squad or loan out and get into the world. It's the same consistency. It's kind of going back towards the domestic dominance. 4 consecutive top 2 Premier League finishes. Compete of all fronts every season. No rebuild years. This does kind of exclude this first season. I wouldn't necessarily say this is a rebuild year, but this is a rebuild year. We're going to be slowly rebuilding the squad, slowly rebuilding it up into Dynasty, but we're going to have to go quickly as well. Squad average stays under 28. Now, I don't know if I'll stick to that. I probably will, in just without me thinking about it, but that's something that probably will happen. And then we want to keep the club finances stable. We do not want to go in the red. We want to be on a profit for every single Dynasty year that we are in this. And now this is where how it's going to be completed. Obviously, 3+ league titles, one Champions League, or 2 to 4 Europa Conference Leagues and Europa Leagues, 6 total major trophies, 4+ top 2 finishes, and then multiple Academy Internationals. Now we do have some rules. Now, here are some rules that I'm going to try, and the big word is try, to stick to here. We cannot sign anyone higher rated than the highest rated player. I can always do that. So, at the moment, in the Wolves saves is currently 79, so we can't, for the first season in the Generations window, sign anyone 80 or over. We must use youth academy players on a semi-regular basis. Again, minimum 10 games a season per player. If not, we'll be hit with some type of financial trouble. We cannot sign more than 5 players per season. However, we can sign an additional 4 loanees. So technically, we can sign up to 9 players per season. But the realisticness is probably sign 5 players. And then we must always make more money than we spend. Again, this is just keeping it in the green and not going into the negatives for that, but that is all the rules that we kind of have set out for the save. We currently have, at the start of the save here, roughly 40-something million in our budget. We do have 41 million in our budget. We do have youth scouts already sent out. I did set this up this morning, where we have England, Portuguese, and Ivory Coast all going out there. We are looking for kind of midfield attacking options, straight up attacking options, and then defensive options in the Ivory Coast. We do have a couple players in our youth academy at the moment. None of these guys are good enough. Now, what I do want to do is find a 14-year-old, promote them, and have them in the squad, but I don't know if I will actually do that. And then this is your current lineup here for Wolves. They are currently starting with the 5-back. I probably won't be sticking to the 5-back very long, but I will give it a shot. I'll give it a fair shot, at least up into the January transfer window. Maybe a little less than that. We do have a couple players injured, like Gomez and Doherty, who are all injured there. So quite literally only 2 injuries. So yeah, that's that. Without further ado, I say we just get straight up into gameplay here. Obviously, we're just going to tread quickly to that December or that January transfer window where we can actually start making some moves here. And then we will obviously try our best to compete in the FA Cup. That way we're sticking to not being a rebuild-ish season. So without further ado, it is Wolves versus Crystal Palace here at the Molineux Stadium. Let's get into it.
Off we go. The match is underway.
And so here we go. Let's see how bad this Wolves team is. They have not won a single game all season long. We are looking to change that. We want to keep them alive and keep them in the Premier League. Sar now is in behind. Sar is in behind. Sar into Mateta, and Kreji intercepts, blocks the first shot of the game here. Oh.
So defeat for Wolves in their last game against Chelsea.
Andre into Talou. Arias now on the ball into Gomez. Gomez into Talou. And Talou is in behind. And Benitez has the first save of the day there. Wolves looking good there. Mitchell now into Decore. Decore into Hughes. Well, Hughes into Sar. Sar into Mateta. Mateta now stopped by nobody because he just passed backwards. Hughes on the ball. Back to Mateta. And Mateta shoots. Mateta does not score. Jose Sá was able to get a palm to it and out for a corner, the first of the day. Arias. Tolu is in behind now. And Tolu, he gets across and towards the box. Cannot find Strong Lawson, but it might fall for Tolu. It does. Saved by Benitez again. So far, Wolves having the more concrete chances here. Arias. Hoover. Arias again. Header back towards Andre. And Andre on the bounce. And Andre just wide. Stopped by Kreji. Decore gets the ball back. We just give it straight to him. And now Decore for Palace into Yeremi, into Mateta. Mateta gets past one. Jose Saw on the rebound, and Papa Malangsar, or Ismail Sar, one of the two, has the bounce. And Crystal Palace have the lead here. Not against their run of play, but they just didn't have the chances. It is Ismail Sar, and it's not Papa Malang. I believe he's at Tottenham. Strong Larson, kind of their marquee player at the moment at Wolves. Nearly left the club in the summer, and Arias has the equalizer here for Wolves. It's 1-1, and just like that, we are back into the game here. Jean Arias has his first goal of the season for Wolves here. And halftime, 1-1 here against the Palace. Gomez, Sean Larson, can we get a strong start to the second half here? It's Arias, a goal scorer already. Saved by Benitez, point blank once again. We could easily win this game if we could pick a corner. Andre to whip it in, Tolu to maybe head it in, and Tolu will head it in. And Wolves have the lead. Are we going to get our first win in the first game that we play? We are playing on some of the hardest sliders. Obviously, we're not playing on Ultimate because Ultimate actually makes the game easier in the sense. It does. It doesn't make sense, but it makes career mode easier than Legendary. Legendary is the hardest difficulty. Pure facts. We are playing on some of the hardest sliders as well. Some of the most competitive sliders. Now, they aren't tuned for this current patch, this newest patch that has just come out the other day. They aren't tuned for that. I'm kind of waiting for Cutsy to tune his sliders. I know he did one for the last patch, but I don't know if he's going to do one for this patch. But I do a mix of Cutsy sliders plus my own to make it just a little bit harder as well, and a little bit more, not balanced, but balanced in a way. Strong Larson. Can't find LaCroix. Jeremy Pino into Mitchell. And Mitchell now into the box, and Sar drags his shot wide. We make our first changes here. They're going to bring off Will Hughes for Jonathan Larmer, but we are going to make 3 subs of our own. We are going to bring on Hang Wan-Shan at striker. We are going to go ahead and bring on a right back. It's not going to show it for whatever reason, but we bring on that guy. I'm not going to pronounce his name. And then we bring on Munetsi, as well as we do bring on a fourth, technically. We bring on Bellegarde on a cam as well. And Bellegarde into Sean Larson, into Hang Wan-Shan. He pulls his shot wide. Belgrade. Sean Larson into Munetsi. Munetsi into Sean Larson. And Sean Larson to seal the deal. No save by Benitez. Off of the crossbar. Sean Larson's going to get a little bit of a Mickey Mouse goal. But Wolves will win the first game of the Premier League season. And it's not until Forbes takes over. 3-1 over Crystal Palace. We get the first win for Wolverhampton Wanderers. This is a great replay, a fantastic replay. Why am I watching my center back at the halfway line? It was, quite honestly, the most FC goal you might ever see. But we will absolutely take it. We need all the goals we can get. We need all the points we can get as well. Goal difference could be a big thing. Sean Larson can't find that through ball in for Chan. But again, goal difference is going to be massive, trying to get that back up towards not just positive, but at least balanced or more respectable in that negative region. I don't expect to go positive. But that is going to be game over for game number 1. Wolves beat Crystal Palace 3-1. We pick up our first points of the season. And with that win, that brings us from 20th to 20th. We are obviously still bottom of the table. That's how bad Wolves have been in real life. Yeah. If we are to win here, we will go 2 points clear, or 2 points close off of 19th, but we are obviously still technically right now 6 points off of the drop of Fulham and Leeds United. So it's not completely desperate, but it is desperate at the same time here. We do have Nottingham Forest coming up as well, but we are going to go and quick sim here against Brentford, or not Brentford, this is Wolves here. Why does the 5-back go so congested on the screen here? Like, that is not how it is played out at all. In fact, Bueno and Hoover are near where Arias is on that parallel level. So yeah, we are going to go ahead and quick sim here. I did not turn off tactical view for some reason, but sure. We do lose 2-1 as expected. I did expect to lose this game. game, and quite honestly, I expect to lose a lot more games here, but what is good news is that Nottingham Forest do lose. But yes, I do expect to lose a lot of games here. In fact, three of these 5 I expect automatic fails: Man United, Arsenal, and Liverpool here. Does it have our FA? Oh my, our FA Cup journey starts against Manchester City. We are gonna have to pull off something spectacular to get this FA Cup run underway. You have got to be kidding me. All right, well, season 1 might be a dud. We are obviously going to fast forward to season 1. We are going to obviously try and survive relegation, but we are going to do it at a pace as well. Depending on how the FA Cup goes, which, looking by that, it might be a short FA Cup run. It might be a 3 to 4 episode season, in all honesty, before I get into season 2. But we will sign players because, again, we have 41 million to sign. We will sign players to at least establish something here. But let's get into it. Nottingham Forest versus Wolves, my old club that I just took over and won the Champions League with. Taking on now, we are going to go with Steven Zach starting lineup. Let's get into it, and let's see if we can pick up another 3 points here and a massive 3 points against a relegation fighting squad as well. I'm surprised they haven't updated it. They don't have Sean Dyche as the Nottingham Forest manager. Now, that could be because of live editor. I believe that is because, not live editor. That could be because it's a live start points, and for whatever reason, that might not be what it should be in real life with the managers. And I'm pretty sure if you start on your save, Nuno Esposito Santos is at West Ham, and then obviously Sean Dyche is at Forest. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong here. But yes, this is Nottingham Forest. This is going to be a toughish game, but a game that we can and maybe should win in a sense here. We did pick up a massive win against Crystal Palace, which was slightly unexpected. Chris Wood, 1-0 Forest. Wood puts a dent into that plan 10 minutes into the game. Williams into Wood. Wood back in towards the player there, and Doy is on the left-hand side. Intercepted. Andre finds a good through ball into Gomez. Arias into Tolu. Now, I can't pronounce his first name, so Tolu will be it. Hoover into Arias. Arias on the ground into Gomez, and Gomez slots it away into the corner, and Wolves draw level here once again. Go behind, but we do draw. Like, what is this camera angle replay stuff? Why is it so bad right now? It's very weird that it's so bad like this, but sure. You can see Arias and Gomez. He got a foot to it on the laces, finds the other corner, sends a keeper shopping, and Wolves won. Nottingham Forest won here. We have almost scored as many goals as they've scored in real life in 2 games that I played.
It's looking promising.
That is absurd. That is absurd. And Doy gives wide. I cut up kind of speaking. And Nottingham Forest retake the lead 2-1. Makate. Bueno gets the ball back, and now here comes Bueno. Possibly looking for Tolu in the box, and maybe even Strong Larson on the volley. Connected to it very beautifully and out for a corner. We'll go short here. Andre into Bueno, and Bueno back post for Strong Larson. Strong Larson heads it in. Tolu on the rebound. Nearly. Ndoy, Chris Wood. He has that through ball for Ndoy. I couldn't take control of my defender. I still couldn't take control of my fullback, and Ndoy thankfully drives his shot wide. The game just did not allow me to take control of my fullback to try and get a more defensive position. Mikate, cross comes in. Chris Wood, header straight to the keeper. Halftime 2-1 down here. Andre Tolu. Tolu out wide for Hoover. And Hoover now. Cross comes in. Andre, second ball. Andre can't find the player. Corner comes in. It's short. It's Cressy to deal with it. It's Adios now to carry it out. I don't know who that is up top, but I'm going to look to try and find him. It's Strong Larson. Second ball, third ball. No, Savonia did well there to defend it. Ndoy. Gibbs White. Dominguez. Gibbs White. Igor Jesus, Anderson, Igor cleared away, defended beautifully. Adios now, and Tolu could be in behind here, and Tolu stopped by Neko Williams. Agabado wins the ball, Can't find a pass though into a yellow shirt. Finds it straight to Nottingham Forest player on the attack now. Gibbs White, Igor Jesus stopped but falling back for it. Gibbs White finds that pass. It's blocked. And now Munetsi. Adios. We might get one more shot here. Sean Larson into Chan, who comes on and then intercepted instantly. And we lose a relegation battle scrap here. Nottingham Forest 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. We have our first youth scout report, and I have cleared it out, and here are some of the players that we'll be bringing in. From England, it's only one in the name of Ellis O'Reilly. He will come into the squad, a center mid / striker. We'll see what he's about, and then we'll bring him in and maybe bring him in eventually as part of the squad. In Portugal, we have two. We have Victor Meirelles and Edward Meirelles. I'm going to mispronounce the name. Their names are pretty much the same. In fact, the only difference in each other's last name here is one L is missing from Edward from Victor, but they'll both come into the squad here. Meirelles could be an impact instantly with his rating at center back, 65 overall center back. And then over in Ivory Coast, we bring in one by Frank Kambade. He comes in 16 years old, center back, left back, right back. He could be another key part of the squad coming in maybe in January. Now, obviously, for youth academy players, if I do sign him to the first team, or sign him to the first team, that does not take away from the actual transfers. The transfers are players within the game itself, not my youth academy players. Those do not count. We just beat Man United 2-1. I decided I was just going to quick sim through the calendar and get through the Brentford game, so I can end the episode off there. We beat Man United 2-1. We keep it close with Arsenal. We lose 3-2 there. What? Okay. That's why I love this game sometimes, because it is insane. How am I beating Man United? But of course I'm beating Man United. It's Man United at the same time.
I'm your commentator, Guy Mowbray.
And here we go. We'll close off episode 1 with the game here against Brentford, who in the game sit in 6th at the moment.
This should be a good game. Great atmosphere.
They sit in 6th. We sit rock bottom. A win here would theoretically at least see us go level on points with the other teams above. Obviously saying if they lose their games, but it's unlikely, because if we win, they win, in all honesty. So anything is possible. This is what the teams are doing now. They are just kicking the ball out of play. Nottingham Forest did it. Now Brentford do it. The only team that didn't do it is Crystal Palace. Andre into Belgrade. Belgrade over the top for Hoover. And Hoover now can't get there. We do make a couple of changes in the starting lineup here, so we'll actually discuss them now. Hangway Hitan starts as striker. Belgrade at cam. Munetsi in the midfield. Mosqueda starts at center back alongside Agbero and Krejci. And then obviously Wolf is the other change at left back as well. Andre onset corner. Agbado saved by Kellier. The rebound cleared away by Collins. Andre onset corner. It's Krejci. He's wide open. And he crashes the ball into the back of the net. And Wolverhampton Wanderers have the lead. 20 minutes in. It's 1-0. And it's Krejci, our center back, scoring. Sade now. Oh, Sade does well there. Sade 1-1. Brentford draw level. It's a bit of brilliance from Kevin Sade. And they take the they don't take the lead, they level it. Hoover into Chan. Chan lays it up for Belgrade, who make that run. And Belgrade to take the lead. No, Kelly, a fantastic save. Andre Hoover. Damsgaard. Kevin Sade is now into load of space here. And Kevin Sade now goes into Damsgaard. Damsgaard into Ligor Thiago. And Brentford take the lead 2-1. Just like that, our back five is split wide open. Sean Larson. Wolf to try and draw level right before the break here. Chan, no, second ball if the referee allows it, which he does. Sean Larson now on the ball. I was hoping Wolf made that run out wide. He didn't. Sean Larson trying to do something with it. Can't do so. Halftime. Brentford take the lead into the break. Belgrade into Sean Larson. Sean Larson lays it off for Chan. And Chan now is in behind. And Chan to draw level here. It's 2-2. And Hishan has his second goal of the season. Nelson. Stopped by Mosqueda eventually there. I thought he was going to be able to ball roll, or not ball roll, but step over his way into the back of net. Munetsi Sean. Out wide now for Bellegarde.
Bellegarde.
Bellegarde. It's not even Bellegarde, it's Bellegarde. It's Bellegarde, not even Bellegarde. Bellegarde. Sean Larson. Whoever it is. Whatever it is. It's Wolves 3, Brentford 2. Sean Larson has his third of the season. Is that realistic? Bournemouth being Burnley will help us out as well if we can pick up all 3 points. But Damsgaard is going to put a dent into that for now. It's 3-3. Into Munetsi. Munetsi into Andre. Andre in now. And Andre shot blocked. Second ball. Chan, no, can't get there. Munetsi on the second ball. It'll fall to Andre. He won't have another crack at it. In effect, he'll actually lose the ball to Onyenka. Damsgaard gets taken out. Play on. Igor Thiago. Munetsi back to Damsgaard. He'll get taken out again. That one's more or less of a foul than the other one. Igor Thiago. Mosqueda, a loose ball just falls straight back to Igor Thiago. He takes a shot off target. Hoover. Andre. Into Chan. Chan into Sean Larson. Sean Larson now, a heavy couple touches. Going to see him lose the ball. And that could be that game over. Done and dusted. A 3-3 draw. They might get one more final save to try and win it, in which it looks like they will. It's Dongo on the ball. It's stopped by Arias. He tries to get up the field, can't do so. The referee is allowing this to play on now over the 2 minutes here. It's Dongo for Brentford. It's Dongo for Brentford. It's stopped by Wolfe. It's out of the play there, and that is game over. Wolves 3, Brentford 3. And so we might as well get past these 2 games because I'm not going to play them. So here is going to be Liverpool away from home. Gakpo and Florian Wirtz there as Krejci gets a first half red card, double yellow card, red card. Wow. Sean Larson scores, but obviously down to 10 men. It's always going to happen like that. Brighton beat Arsenal. That's interesting. And then Man United, the team we surprisingly beat off of assimilation just a moment ago. We pick up another point off of them. So 4 points off of Man United this season. And I keep hitting the controller button so it pulls steam up for whatever reason. But yes, 3 points there. We are out of 20th. We are out of 20th. We end the episode out of 20th, picking up 6 points, or 8 points really. Yeah, we picked up 8 points in today's episode. We are out of 20th, but we are still not out of the relegation zone. And in fact, we are 7 points off of the drop. We have a big second half of the season to come for us, where next episode we will get into the January transfer window. We will make some signings. We will look to take on Man City in the FA Cup and cause a major cup set there. But for now, that's going to be it me today. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.